You think you needed the protection?
Did I need the protection? I got a death threat a week when I was in office. Oh yeah. Now, probably 99.9 of those death threats are phony, but you have to address every one of them seriously.
Because there's real ones.
Because you don't know the one that you do deem as phony could end up real.
That's like Dick Cheney with the dark side.
I've always believed, for the most part, though, that the person that's going to harm you is not going to warn you.
No, exactly.
That's the way I kind of, but you still have to take them very seriously. It was so bad, my daughter got a death threat, and she at the time was just a sophomore in high school. You know, beautiful young kid going to school. And, some guy said he was going to chop her up into little pieces, and unfortunately for him, he was a blithering idiot because he did it over the internet. And all it took for my state trooper intelligence squad to do was follow the internet to its source, and he was a young gentleman that worked at Best Buy, and all of a sudden 6 state troopers walked into Best Buy and took him to jail, of which he did go to jail because it is a felony to threaten a public official.
Yeah,
you know, if you're an elected official and someone threatens you with bodily harm or violence or death or whatever, that's a felony. Rest assured, the politicians take care of themselves.
Well, it's a terroristic threat to anybody.
Yeah, but even worse to a politician.
A lot of people threaten me all the time, even using their real names. I'm just like, they're lucky I don't have time to go press stuff on them.
But no, it's no. I had a death threat a week, and you know, you have to take them seriously.
How you doing? I know you're in a lot of people. Sure. I'm right behind you, brother.
Well, I'm down here now with Willie.
Good for you.
From Ron Paul to Willie.
The Backyard opened in May of 1993 with a concert from Willie Nelson, and it closes with Willie Nelson. It's appropriate, and the guy that brought out Willie Nelson this evening, Jesse Ventura. How'd this come to be? What are you doing here?
Well, I've been a friend of Willie's for a number of years, and when I found out that Willie was going to close down the Backyard, I figured it was time to fly down from Minnesota and get a chance to see the Backyard. I've never seen it before, and so since this is the last night and Willie's closing it down, it was important for me to be here and watch Willie do it.
It's an awfully nice venue, isn't it?
Oh, it's a terrific venue. I can't understand why they're closing it. I'd be opening it if I were them. Why shut it down? It's a great gathering for people, you know, on the weekends and that. They have a good time, and we need more of that in the country right now. We've all heard enough about the bad times in our country. It's time to get back to thinking positive again and start moving in a positive direction.
And that positive direction for you is anyone but, right?
Yeah, you notice what my shirt says, anyone but. And until we break this trend of electing Democrats and Republicans people and start electing independents, we will get out of the problem that we're in if we do that.
But if we look ahead a week, one of those guys is going to win.
Oh, certainly one of them is going to win, but neither one of them will have my vote. Because, and I urge people that, remember, voting is not picking a horse race. That isn't why you vote. You're voting to pick the person who you most believe can run our country the best. So vote your heart and vote your conscience. And if you do that, then you haven't wasted your vote. It's not about picking a winner, it's about picking the person you most want to run the country.
But in the meantime, there's this politics, this cross-section of politics and music that we've got here tonight.
Well, there's always been that. You know, music has always been part of our lives, and unfortunately politics works its way into music, which is probably the negative part of music. But then again, music greatly sings about politics too, so they go hand in hand. And my belief is, and I challenge all the singers of today, where are the war protest songs of today like we had in the 60s? It's time for those musicians to get on board.
There he is, Jesse Ventura, and he's here to bring on Willie Nelson, and Willie Nelson is here to close out the Backyard. 16 years of live music.
I won't try to understand. Let the devil take tomorrow. Cause tonight I need a friend. Yesterday's dead and gone.
No, but hey, Jimmy, thanks for all you do, my friend. Hey, we're beating back some of the toll roads. We're beating back some of the toll roads.
Oh, I know. There's been a lot of success everywhere. We're tearing them up. And, I'm there with you, Jesse, and everybody. It's great. It's an exciting time to be here.
Hey, real fast, let's get you two with Jimmy. Real fast, let's get 2 minutes with you and Jimmy.
Dark clouds are rolling. Yes, I'm sitting out in the rain.
Hey, you guys talk about the rally for the Republic in Minnesota.
Okay, we can do that.
Yeah, that was great. You had a fabulous speech there in Minnesota. I enjoyed every second of it.
Thanks.
And it was great to be there and feel like you were at least at the right place.
Well,
wasn't it?
Yes, very much so. You know, the thing that I found most remarkable, Jimmy, was this. I was at the Ron Paul, if you want to call it, counter convention that day that we were there together.
Right.
Well, the next morning I was invited over because I had to do Fox and CNN, so I went over to St. Paul where the actual Republican convention was.
Right.
And when I arrived that morning, the remarkable thing I noticed was at our convention, there was no additional security. There was nobody outside. There was regular Asia security who was in that building when the timber was played. When I went over to St. Paul, I saw firsthand what it will be like if they ever place our country under martial law. Because at the Republican convention, it was martial law implemented in the city of St. Paul, which I found pathetic. I mean, you couldn't even pull up to within 8 blocks of the building. You had to go through 3 of these big rings of security, these temporary, and there were SWAT teams every 100 feet.
And there wasn't even there wasn't really much security at all with the other deal, was
None.
it?
All we had was
Asia.
Asia. They're the normal people when the Timberwolves play. They're always there. And that's what I found so remarkable. We were the people that didn't need to be protected. We were the people that anyone could walk in and walk out, and yet over at St. Paul, helicopters are flying. It was a case of martial law, and I thought, my God, is that what our country is now in its political arena? I would have rather been with you, listening to you play music,
we had a great time.
And we had a fantastic time. And Minnesota loves Jimmy Vaughn.
I love Minnesota. We had a great time.
Absolutely.
It was a lot of fun.
A lot of fun.
You should have been there. You should have been there.
Yeah, everybody should have been there. Great to see you again, and you're still picking that guitar good.
All right.
And I'll keep listening.
All right, baby.
And it seems like only yesterday. Gee, ain't it funny? How time just slips away.
Visit Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. When you're on the sites, you can also tune in 24 hours a day to my daily radio broadcast. There's also a free iPhone app to listen to the syndicated radio show when and where you want.